Microsoft officially unveiled the One X at E3 2017, calling it the most powerful console ever. That maybe you'd expect it to be better than everything before it, but will it actually be any good? We've spent a bit of time playing 4K games on the Xbox One X, and here's what we think about the console so far. Xbox One X release date the 7th of November 2017. Pre-order now. Price £449.99, $499.99. CPU 2.3 GHz custom octa-core processor, GPU AMD chip with 12 GB GDDR5 RAM and 6 teraflops of performance storage, 1 TB wireless Bluetooth Wi-Fi wired 3x USB 3.0, optical audio out, optical drive, 4K Blu-ray drive, HDR support. Yes. Dimensions 300 by 239 by 61 mm. Separately, we've compared the Xbox One X to the PS4 Pro, and also the Xbox One S, so we won't spend too much time mentioning those comparisons here. Xbox One X pre-orders. Microsoft announced the launch of pre-orders during its Gamescom live stream, but only for the limited edition Project Scorpio edition of the console, which includes an exclusive vertical stand, and has Project Scorpio inscribed on both the console and the included controller. Unsurprisingly, it sold out almost immediately. Fortunately, you can now pre-order the Xbox One X regular edition. If you're in the UK, head to Game, Amazon, Argos and the official store in the US. Check out GameStop, Best Buy, Amazon, and the Microsoft Store. Act fast though, we don't know how much stock Microsoft will have ready for launch. Xbox One X features and design. Looking at the hardware to begin with, this is the smallest console Microsoft has ever made. And even though it's only a little smaller than the One S, it's remarkable considering it's by far the most powerful console on the market. Compared to Sony's bulky PS4 Pro, the Xbox One X looks sleek. That grunt comes from an AMD APU, which is basically a CPU and GPU on one chip. Without going into the boring details, suffice to say that the graphical power should be a bit better than the new Radeon RX 580, which costs between £250 and £300. This can deliver superb 4K graphics at 60 FPS, but not in all games, and that's really the main selling point of the One X. It also goes a long way to justifying that £449 price. And don't forget there's a 4K Blu-ray drive as well. The PS4 Pro doesn't have one of those. And for those without super fast internet connections that support top quality 4K streaming, which is, let's face it, is most people, this could actually be useful. The relatively slim dimensions mean you should be able to pop the console in your TV bench without it being particularly noticeable. Plus, as you're probably spotted, it's black rather than the more conspicuous white finish of the Xbox One S. There's no change to the design of the controller, which too, is now black. Unlike the PS4, the Xbox One X doesn't appear to support VR. Microsoft hasn't mentioned anything VR related at the moment, but it's the perfect console to provide high-end VR experiences. Could we see an Xbox VR headset, or support for existing VR headsets like the Oculus Rift in future? We can only hope. We do know, though, that the One X will support AMD FreeSync 2, which could be appealing if you were planning to buy a new monitor and game on that rather than a big TV. Xbox One X performance. But let's get down to the reason why the Xbox One X is so popular. The performance is phenomenal. We've used the 4K PS4 Pro since it was released at the back end of 2016, and it simply cannot compare to what the Xbox One X offers. We've played a handful of games on the Xbox One X, including the likes of Lara Croft Tomb Raider, Forza Motorsport 7 and Middle-earth Shadow of War, and we were hypnotized by the gorgeously detailed environments and smooth email-protected playback. It's true 4K too, and doesn't rely on many of the tricks that Sony uses to provide 4K gaming on the PS4 Pro. Whether it's exploring dusty ruins as Lara Croft or tearing up Brands Hatch in Forza 7, the difference between what's offered by the Xbox One X and existing consoles is night and day. It really is an impressive feat when you consider the size and price of the PC or laptop required to provide that kind of performance. It really enhances the overall gaming experience, bringing it in line with what high-end PC gamers experience when playing the latest title. And much like your PC brethren, many Xbox One X supported games will offer multiple graphical options to give you the experience you desire. Some gamers prefer higher frame rates while others can deal with 30 FPS but love detailed textures and environments. It's also good news for those that don't own a 4K TV, as the Xbox One X will offer other graphical enhancements. Xbox One X launch titles. Forza Motorsport 7 is one of the 4K launch titles, and it does look fantastic running on the console. In fact, we mentioned the Xbox One X performance in our Forza 7 review. Assassin's Creed Origins and Middle-earth Shadow of War will also launch with the console and support 4K. There will be free 4K updates for Halo Wars 2, Forza Horizon 3, Minecraft and Gears of War 4, with more than 130 games in total receiving the Xbox One X enhanced titles. You can see the full list on Microsoft's site. Xbox One X. Should I buy one? The answer depends on which consoles you already own, and whether you already have a powerful gaming PC. First, though, let's talk TVs. If you don't have a 4K TV, you won't get the full experience, although you will see graphical improvements. There are still a few benefits of using the One X on a 1080p TV, such as faster game loading times and HDR if you own one of the few non-4K models that support it, and extra graphical fidelity thanks to things such as anisotropic filtering. The One S has Dolby Atmos sound and a 4K Blu-ray drive, so they're not new or unique to the One X, but if you do have a 4K TV and you're still on an Xbox 360 or Xbox One, the One X should be very tempting indeed, so long as you're excited by the launch titles. Microsoft has realized that gamers want backwards compatibility, and yeah, will be able to play older titles on the One X as you can on the One and One S. Indeed, for 360 games it's as simple as inserting the disc. But it's the new games, and those existing titles getting the enhanced treatment, which will be the real reason to splash out on the One X.